Hello, welcome to day three. I've just put some lavender oil on, which I absolutely love. I've got this set next to me, and here's a little trick for you, like even before we start, right? I've got this set next to me, and depending on my energy and how I feel, I use whatever oil to the chakra point that I feel like I need as I'm going live, right? So I've just used the throat chakra one because I thought, do you know what? My throat is feeling sore today. I'm like, I do not want my throat to go funny. So I'm like, right, a little bit of what was it? Which one's the throat one? Jasmine, apparently. Got these little cute chakra sets that have like the different oils. But yeah, absolutely love them. So let's get into today. So first off, again, you're not behind, okay? I've had a few messages saying like that you haven't started yet and you're worried that you're going to miss the videos. The videos are staying up for a little while, okay? So you do have time to catch up. Just tune into these lives, okay? Tune into these lives because these are the most important things because this is where you can come and ask questions, okay? This is where I am. Any YouTube questions that you have, just come to the live, type it in the chat, and I'm here to answer them, right? So this is like one of the most valuable things when you're learning something is to have somebody there that you can ask questions to, okay? So today's video was all about when to plan, right? When to record, when to edit, when to upload, like making that specific plan for your YouTube channel. And this is really key, okay? I feel like with TikTok and Instagram, you just kind of wing it a little bit. You might have a plan, right? You might have an Instagram content plan, but it's kind of like you have to flick, look for trending reels, look for the audios, figure out your hooks, figure out the captions, all of that. And I know I've been on a few courses where they're like, right, Mondays you post a transformational post, Tuesdays you do a behind the scenes, Wednesday you'll give an advice. Oh my God. Every single time I've heard all of this, it's so overwhelming. It is just way too much. YouTube isn't like that. And this is why YouTube is my favorite platform. And hopefully you are now convinced that YouTube is the platform for you as well. Because I mean, do you want that kind of Instagram go, 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 or do you just want one video a week and you're done? Like, I know what I definitely prefer. So, with today's video, so day one, actually, so day one was getting your titles, right? So now you've got your niche, you know what you should be posting about, right? And it is figuring out that title that someone's going to type into Google. Then day two was your playlist, right? So then you're figuring out the funnels. Okay, we spoke a lot about that yesterday, especially in the Q&A. And then today was when are you going to plan this? Let me just turn my phone off a minute. I posted a video on TikTok of my dog and the farm dog's coming in and trying to get her pregnant because she's in heat. And it's just completely blowing up TikTok, which is awesome, but it's like shush. Um, so funny. You can try all the strategies in the world. Post a video of your dog in heat and another dog trying to get in the garden, and it blows up. Like it's got 11K views right now. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so we've got a funnel, and then today it's all about like planning it. So I am going to go through the homework and the questions. And I did speak a little bit about this yesterday as well, because what's happened before with some of my students, especially some of my students inside Wellness YouTubers course and my YouTube Success Hub membership, is they get excited because they get all these ideas, they figure out their 6 video funnel, and then they're like, they record it all at once or like over 2 days. And they're like, yes, now I've got 6 videos. I'm going to upload them like 2 times a week or 3 times a week because that was easy. I can do that again next week and I'll just keep bringing more and more content out. You do it that way, it ends up like Instagram. It ends up you being burnt out because you're trying to get too much content out there. YouTube, you do not need to do that at all. 1 video a week is absolutely plenty. Okay, one long form video is absolutely plenty. You do not need to do more than that. So if that comes into your head, like, oh, I'm ahead, and I know because I've done this, right? I'm speaking from experience. Hold off and bring them out once a week. because otherwise, you'll have some weeks where you can't record and then you'll be like, oh, damn, I haven't got enough content. Like, or you're in a rush then to film and then your content isn't as good. It's so much better to do one awesome piece of content a week than say 3 half-assed ones. Okay, YouTube, you do need to get good at the type of video you're putting out there, the quality of the video, which is why we also say one a week instead of like push all the time. But like I said yesterday, one thing that I do is I will record, say, like 4 videos on a Monday. Tuesday, I'll edit them. Wednesday, I'll upload and schedule them. And then that's a month's worth of content, right? That's 4 weeks worth of content. And then if I wanted to, I won't have to record for 3 weeks, right? What I do is I record like this every single week, because then it gets to summer holidays, 6 weeks off, and I can't record. It gets to half term, 2 weeks off, and I can't record. So I've always got that backup there. Hi, Jen. If you have any questions as we go through this, feel free to put it in the chat. Before we get into today's Q&A and the homework, actually, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Elizabeth, because she posted in the group that her video from 6 days ago has now got 1.3, in fact, it's probably gone up, 1.3 thousand views, which is awesome. So Elizabeth is in my Wellness YouTubers course, and we're actually doing some one-to-one work as well. And she is just doing absolutely amazing. Every single bit of advice I'm giving her, she is taking it on, and yeah, well done, because honestly, that is just amazing, because 1.3 thousand people, that's a lot of people seeing your content, right? Some of those are definitely going to be ideal clients, right? So then we want to keep them in there. So that is absolutely amazing. I just had to give that shout out, because yeah, I love sharing people's results, and you definitely deserve that after all the hard work that you've been doing. So well done. Okay, let's get into the homework for day 3. Okay. Jen, first one on it. Well done. Okay. You definitely spoke to me when you said your students get so excited about all the videos and get them out fairly quickly rather than one a week. Yeah, exactly. Here's my schedule. It's a working one, as I haven't really started my channel yet, so I'm working based on your timings in video. Okay, Tuesday afternoons, record 2 videos and edit 1. I might be able to do both before pickup. I'll have to work that one out when it comes. Yep. Wednesdays, edit. Thursdays, upload and schedule. Yeah, bear in mind, I mean, it depends what kind of videos you're putting out there, actually, but bear in mind that sometimes the editing can take longer than the actual recording, which, that's one thing I do, is like, because I'll record 4 classes at once, say on a Monday morning, that'll take me like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but then the next day editing, it literally takes the entire day. But that's because of the way I edit as well. So obviously, the more you edit, the better you're going to get at it anyway. If you want to do the bare minimum, which is fine, then obviously it doesn't take as long then. I mean, with my yoga videos, I don't do that much editing. I do a zoom in, I up the brightness, and I cut out my mistakes. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much my editing for my yoga. So yeah, you don't have to do a lot. They used to take me a lot longer because I used to do voiceovers, and when you do voiceovers, obviously you've got to film the class, then do the voiceover as well. So obviously that takes like double the time. Although it worked really well, as in my view count and things, I just found it too much. Like for my lifestyle, like you, being a mum, having so much to do, it was just taking up way too much of my time. So yeah, it really, like, you do have to go by, what your lifestyle is like as well. One thing that I do now as well is when I edit, I will edit a video, save it, and then I'll start editing the other one as I'm kind of uploading and schedule the one that I've just edited as well. So I kind of upload and schedule actually on the same day. Unless I don't have time, then I'll do it all the next day. So it's to be honest, most of the time, that this thing takes, and Elizabeth will know this one, is it's the upload time. It's the saving your videos, like how long it takes to save and how long it takes to upload to YouTube and all that stuff. That's what takes the time. So like what I tend to do is I'll save it or upload it, and then I'll go and wash the dishes, or I'll go and do something else, productive, so that I'm not just sat wasting my time like watching the video upload. I know somebody else that I've worked with before, she just used to leave her laptop on overnight and just used to upload them all at night. She'd have like 4 tabs up, uploading 4 videos at the same time, and then go to bed. And she'd wake up in the morning, they would all be done. The only problem with that is sometimes, if there's problems, you're in bed, so you don't know. So when you come down in the morning, you can wake up with problems. But most of the time, it's fine and it does work, and it does just upload it. So yeah, I think that's a great plan. Definitely. It's definitely worth doing like 2 videos at least at once, because it's just so much easier than having to stop and then go into like a different frame of mind of editing, and then a different frame of mind of thinking about tags and description and getting your title right and all of that stuff. um it's just so much easier to record everything at once and then edit everything at once, because you're just in that frame of mind instead of like stopping what you're doing to switch to another task. But yep, that sounds like an amazing plan. Okay, Alex, let's have a look. If I consider my playlist funnel from yesterday's homework, my schedule would be to record on a Tuesday all 4 yoga classes, because they are shorter classes, and the talk class. I'd record one after the other because it would help me, because my muscles would be warmed up. Yeah. Editing would take place on Wednesday morning and early afternoon if need be, with Thursday being the day to schedule and upload. Friday, taking this further, I could take a clip or two. Oh, you get ahead of me now. A clip or two from the videos to use as content, either for shorts, reels, or stories. Love that. Yeah, exactly. That is pretty much something else that I teach, is taking out some time just to create shorts. So I love that. And also with the recording them at once so that your body's warm, this is exactly what the bigger YouTubers do. They will take a whole day. I was following somebody the other day. I forgot her name. Blonde. She's blonde. She works for Aloe Yoga. She's got a really cute kid called Koa, or Koa, I think it is. I've forgotten her name. But she put up a post the other day that she was recording her yoga series that day. Like the entire series. My mind was blown. I was like, your body must ache after that. But like you said, it's because it warms up your body. So if you notice, most of these YouTubers, when you go in, they could be teaching a morning class, but yet they're so fully flexible. And it's because half the time it's not their first class of the day. It's because they've warmed up their body. So this might not be very yogic of me to say, but I think that's a really great way to do this, because I'm trying to say this in the most professional, kindest way that I can. When it looks like you're more flexible, or sorry, tractor's going past me. So when it looks like you're more flexible, or it looks like well, yeah, just being more flexible, it looks like you've been teaching yoga for longer, and people like that. And I know that that's crap, and it doesn't matter how flexible you are and all this, but people do look at this. YouTube is a video platform. If you're there teaching yoga and you are like not able to do, I don't know, again, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way. You're not able to, I don't know, move your body very well. And I know that this isn't the case, right? And other yoga teachers will know that this isn't the case. And people with any sense would know as well. But people are looking at what you look like. Okay, you're on video. It's just the way that it is. So doing it like you've said, recording one after the other, also makes your videos look better as well. Oh my God, trying to say that. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand where I'm going? Like, It's just the way it is on video, even when you're just like on camera, right? Even posting on Instagram, posting on TikTok, you see somebody that is like mega bendy versus somebody who can barely touch their toes. And both of them are teaching yoga. They have the same class. More people are going to click on the bendier person than the other person. Okay. And again, this is partly why my niche changed, because I was teaching flexibility to start with. And by the way, this doesn't count for you, Alex, because I know that you're teaching mobility and being able to functionally move, which is completely different to flexibility anyway. But I was teaching flexibility and I couldn't do the splits. And the amount of comments and stuff, and obviously I don't let comments get to me, but the amount of comments that I had saying about flexibility, and then it wasn't because of the comments that I stopped. It was because I was doing my own research, right? And this is something that I teach inside Wellness YouTubers. We get our title, we do some research on that title. When I was looking at what was going to title my videos, the stuff that was coming up were people in full splits, people really, really bendy, people who just looked like they could teach other people better than me. And it probably wasn't the case, right? There's a young girl on there. Again, I cannot remember her name, but she is amazing at flexibility. She's obviously been a contortionist. She is a gymnast. She has been doing this all since she was, like 5 years old. So she is very, very bendy. Me, who had never done any sports, I hated PE, could not touch my toes. Like I could barely touch my knees when I started yoga. And there's me. So I know from the inflexible person how to get flexible because I was that inflexible person, right? So really, I could probably teach somebody how to gain flexibility better than the girl that's always been flexible because she doesn't know that feeling of stiffness, right? But I was struggling to get that point across because you type in how to do a back bend and you've got me in wheel pose and you've got a girl who is in wheel pose, but her hands are touching her heels. What one are people going to click on? Right? I mean, just think for yourself for a moment, like which one would you click on? Most people are going to click on the more bendier one, right? That is just the way it is on YouTube. I didn't mean to go down this rabbit hole today, but apparently I have. So I think somebody out there needs to hear this. But we do really need to get our point across because at the end of the day, this isn't just about YouTube, right? It's about our business. And if we cannot show that we are the best out there in what we do, no one's going to buy from you. If you walk down a street and you have two shops, let's just for this instance say it's a burger shop, right? You got two burger shops. One looks absolutely amazing. The other burger shop doesn't look great, but they have the tastier burgers. You walk past, you don't know which one's got the tastiest burgers. Which one are you going to go in? You're going to go in the one that looks the best, right? So you really need to own your stuff and make sure that it looks the best out there, okay? Because this is the thing. It doesn't matter if it is the best, unless somebody goes into your shop, unless somebody clicks on your YouTube video, they ain't buying, okay? So you really need to make sure that the point comes across why they should click, why they need to get into your video and watch it. Okay. And this is what I didn't do when I was working on flexibility. In some of the videos I did, don't get me wrong, I obviously got a lot better at this and I got better at saying, I was this and now I am this. People like to see the transformation. But when I was teaching backbending and you've got a million people on the internet that can do it better than you, it was very, very hard to get seen. Right? Nobody has got my experience in parenting a neurodivergent kid, moving house, being extremely stressed to the point where you have a complete breakdown. This was me like at the start of last year, by the way. Nobody has got that experience. Nobody other than me knows how I went from that and got to this point of my life where I am absolutely loving everything right now. I am the best parent that I have ever been. My business is going so much better. You know, I have this amazing country lifestyle that I built for myself, right? Like nobody else can say that they went from that to this, right? And what got me here? Practicing Vinyasa, Yin, and Kundalini yoga, mixing it together. So that is where I can show my expertise. Okay. So think about this for yourself. In fact, think about this for yourself right now and put it in the chat because I'll tell you. I'll tell you if I feel like that's good enough and is going to stand out. Okay, let's get to the questions because I kind of went off on a rant there, didn't I? Did I answer that? I did answer that. Sorry, Alex. That was like a big went off on one. Alex also commented, I like the analogy of not showing up to teach in person. EastEnders are the good old days. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? If you don't show up to your own yoga class 1 week, your students aren't coming back. And this is the thing with YouTube, right? So we need to get that consistency, which is why we really need to keep up the batch recording. The batch recording is one of the most important things, for sure. Okay, let's get into the Q&A. Only one question today from Jen. Okay, this is kind of a follow-on from yesterday's live. If I have 6 videos in my playlist, would you recommend for a call to action to freebie or paid offer? Paid offer. Definitely paid offer. What I would do here is I would have your freebie in, say, like in a couple of videos before that. Because that way they're on your email list, they're getting your weekly emails, and they're seeing your weekly YouTube video come up as well. So I would have your freebie sprinkled, even if you can, in the first 5 videos. If you can. If you can do it in like a sneaky but good way, right? So it's like you know, you say something about you're talking in your class, you're doing a yoga pose or whatever you're doing in your womb healing, and you're like, this is what I teach inside my free 45-minute womb healing session, which by the way, you can get, you know, I've already spoken a little bit on call to actions, haven't I, how to add that in. So yeah, I would probably add that into like 5 of your other videos, to be honest. Definitely. Because like I said yesterday as well with Alex, is if you've got somebody who's gone through 6 videos, they are committed to you. Like they're really enjoying your stuff. So by video 6, yes, definitely sell. That should definitely be a call to action. You'll notice in every single one of on my Leah Hine YouTube coaching channel, the last video in the playlist is always a sell. Always. I kind of have a strategic plan with mine, as in I will promote whatever I'm promoting at the time the video goes live. So like this week's video that went live, I mentioned my Wellness YouTubers course because that opens tomorrow, right? My Wellness YouTubers program, the doors open tomorrow. So this week in my YouTube video, I've mentioned that the doors open. Next week, again, obviously all these videos are already recorded, right? I recorded these weeks ago, but I've got this strategic plan of I knew what was coming out and when and what dates. This is like the plan that I have inside Wellness YouTubers. So if you are interested, the doors open tomorrow to that. So I've got this strategic plan, right? So on Monday, again, I mentioned Wellness YouTubers because the doors are open. When my membership is open, I will mention that my membership's open. Okay, so you can have a plan like that, and that's what I teach because you're going to get the most traction when a YouTube video goes live. That's why I do it that way. But you also, you know, you do your paid offer to whatever is relevant to the video as well. So if your playlist is, you know, the fully womb healing one, yeah, if you've got a course or a one-to-one offer that's womb healing, you have that, right? If I'm talking about getting reviews and questions answered for your YouTube videos, I'm more likely to mention my my YouTube Success Hub, right? The membership, because the membership is where I do content reviews and they can get questions answered all the time. If I'm mentioning something about learning how to do analytics or how to get your funnel seen more and how to actually turn those subscribers into paying clients, then I'm going to mention my Wellness YouTubers course, because that's what the course is about. The course is about knowing more about YouTube, right? That's about how to actually use YouTube. That's like, obviously this week we're learning how to get the funnel there. And then the course is more like, now let's get that funnel seen and let's like expand this. Let's literally learn the ins and outs of YouTube. So it depends kind of what you're offering at the time as well. You're welcome. I'm glad that was helpful. So yeah, that was all the questions, wasn't it? So if you have any more questions, let me know. I'm just going to double check that I haven't missed anything. I'm pretty sure I've got everything. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Right. Do not miss tomorrow, because tomorrow is the final part to this funnel. We've got the title, we've got the playlist. You know, when you're recording this, you've got your schedule. Tomorrow is the final part to this funnel. And this is where you're also going to learn more about wellness YouTubers as well. So now you have the funnel, or you will have by tomorrow, you can start putting it into action. But if you want to learn more about how to actually use YouTube, like how to use your analytics, how to get seen, how to get content reviews, then Wellness YouTubers opens up tomorrow. If you're confused between the YouTube Success Hub, which is my membership, and the Wellness YouTubers funnel, I'm also going to go over that. But basically, you join Wellness YouTubers, you're a member for life. Okay. So that's that. If you have any questions about any of this, please let me know. I will be back 7 o'clock tomorrow for the last live, which, by the way, there will be some prizes. So I have to catch up on the live as I've got a client call, but can't wait. Awesome. No worries. Yes, because there is going to be some prizes tomorrow. So I wonder who's going to get them. Okay. Have any more questions? Drop them anywhere. I will go over them tomorrow. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your like final funnels here. These are going to be amazing. Thank you so much, and I will see you then.